Okay, so I got my intake manifold relatively cleaned up. I'll clean it again once it's like on there and mounted up, but I know I've got greasy fingers and the rest of it. So anyway, some of you might be wondering why I didn't test the intake manifold for like any cracks or anything. I obviously did that with the block and the heads. Well, the reason for that is the bottom of the screen right here, that would be the front of the boat, and the cylinder that had water in it would have been the back one on the port side over here. And if you look at that, if we peel this back, here's what a distributor goes through. There's no water jacket. There's no spot for any water to be. It just really couldn't be the problem. So anyway, again, so the water neck goes from here to here. It goes, that crossover is there, and then over here there's just a block. It just like covers it off, and that's for if, like, say this head ended up on the other side or whatever. That's why they're a symmetrical head. So anyway, that's why I'm not doing that. I just about did do that, but that's the reasoning behind not. So again, that's cleaned up. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to put a little RTV just kind of around the water ports, because you can see they are a little, pitted. So pitted. And you can see the witness marks from the old one, so I'll do that on both sides of the intake manifold gasket. And then also I'll put RTV on both of the China walls there, and we'll be okay. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and let's hope it works out. Don't make a mess. Alright, so I got that intake manifold set on there now at least. And so I'm pretty sure those go there and not up here, but I'm not positive. So I'm just going to put it together and not fight it. If it doesn't work, I'll redo where the bolts go. But I'm going to tighten those to 35 foot-pounds per the manual. And I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out, kind of like what we normally do. So real quick, my kit came with this Mr. Gasket 7103. Came with little gasket shots for the China wall, but they were just too small and didn't work very good. And honestly, I think that looks real nice. So instead, I just went with that. It just didn't want to stay on there. It was kind of a joke. I farted with it for a minute, but it just didn't go. So next things, probably the valve covers and the rest of the balancer and the fuel pump probably. So we'll see which one of those is available and ready to go. So real quick, I had to take the center bolt out, and the reason for that is because this guy had to go back on front of it, and I gotta find my marks. But anyway, I had to pull that off so I could put the center bolt in it, and then the three are just like a supplemental deal. So we'll go from here. Alright, just about blew up my sack putting that on there, but just used a rag to hold it and my knee to press against it, kind of like a pipe wrench, and oh, I'm winded, but I'm also out of shape. So anyway, so I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. We got valve covers, distributor, fuel pump yet to go. I got distracted by some raccoons outside in a territorial dispute, so that was entertaining, but need a better spotlight to watch. So anyway, we'll make some more progress tomorrow. So it's another weeknight here, and I'm just kind of testing some stuff out, making sure my gasket kit's right here. And anyway, went through a little bag of parts that I was just trying to make sure I'm on sequence here, and I'm not, because I forgot to put this little port in, and that goes with this sending unit right here. Those two, that's a 90 that normally sticks in there and kicks out like a 90 like that, you know. And so the problem is that when this was all put together, it can't go in here because it wants to spin around and it hits this intake. So normally it kicks off the back, but I just should have had that in before I put the intake manifold on. So I'll take this apart and put the stem in first and then put the sender on, no problem. Just kind of one of those deals. And let's see, we got the balancer on last night, so I'll probably try and get the valve covers cleaned up and put back on here. That'd be nice. Got that sending unit on there now, so you see why that had to go on there now, or would want to go on there earlier, because it's got to rotate for these threads. It's got to rotate and it gets in the way right here, so no big deal. Got that done, and I'm gonna go check out the fuel pump and the valve covers, see about those. I don't really know what's going on there, so next step. I got the fuel pump mounted back up, cleaned it up best I could. It's pretty gross, but one of those deals. So that's mounted, and got this little line that goes up to the carb. Probably will end up replacing that, and then this is I think that's the fuel send line, I think, but I'm not positive. So anyway, we'll keep cruising. Well, the valve covers are back on. Kind of threw me for a trip when I first looked at it. I didn't realize there's two fill holes, and that got me all screwed up, so I had to look back at actually my footage to see what the heck, how these went on there. So I think this is right. And next is water pump, thermostat housing, distributor I'll probably want to get in here at some point. Plugs, carb, all that good stuff. So we're just slowly plugging away. It was kind of a funny night. I didn't get too much done because of the got out here late, and phone was just going off. So anyway, we'll see what we get done tomorrow.